EU leaders will visit the UK this month for a crucial summit, sparking fears among Brexiteers that it could pave the way for an agreement that undermines a new trading relationship with the US. Senior figures have warned that Sir Keir Starmer may jeopardize a vital trade deal with the US by tying the UK back into EU regulations. Former International Trade Secretary Sir Liam Fox expressed concern that the UK could find itself in the worst of both worlds, with Starmer potentially locking the country into an arrangement with the EU that limits its ability to shape its own regulations and restricts trade negotiations with other countries, particularly the U.S. Niall Garter, director of the Heritage Foundation's Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom, argued that the U.S.-UK trade deal presents a huge opportunity, but it could be lost if the UK becomes too aligned with Brussels. Washington has signaled that tying the UK to the EU could jeopardize a future deal with the US. This concern is echoed by former Brexit Minister David Jones, who warned that Starmer's pro-EU stance, including his support for a second Brexit referendum, could lock Britain into restrictive arrangements that undermine its independence. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has also raised concerns, suggesting that Britain's trading relationship with Europe may be even more important than its ties with the US. There are reports indicating that the UK might agree to follow EU rules on sectors like fresh meat and dairy to eliminate the need for checks, potentially further entangling the UK in EU regulations. Jones cautioned that the EU could soon be in a trade war with the US, and it would be foolish for the UK to tie itself to Brussels, risking its relationship with the world's most powerful economy. David Campbell Bannerman, a former MEP, warned that the UK's trade independence could be severely undermined if the Labour government moves ahead with its EU reset. He called it a major setback for the UK's ability to negotiate its own trade deals. Trade expert Shankha Singham also criticized the government's approach, arguing that the pursuit of dynamic alignment with EU regulations would strip the UK of regulatory autonomy and harm future trade deals. He pointed out that there are other ways to engage with the EU that wouldn't threaten the UK's ability to strike deals with the US and other nations. A government spokesperson responded by emphasizing that the UK is focused on reducing trade barriers with global partners while seeking a better deal with the EU and the US. The spokesperson assured that any trade agreement signed would align with the UK's national interests.